Hello, my friends. I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen. And today, I have just gotten back from a thrift store, and I found something that just took me back to my early days as wife. When we had Christmas, we always had beautiful hurricanes about the house with red candles, and they were lit. They had pretty bows. And when I had those particular hurricanes and moved from one state to another, I got rid of them. What was I thinking? Because when I walked into the thrift store, I found not one, but two. So today, thanks to Hillary of Old World Home, we are going to take this thrift store find and we are going to do something totally different with it. Now, she is hosting this collaboration. I am so looking forward to participating in it, and I hope you're interested enough to see what I'm doing for fall with my thrifted hurricane. So let's get in the kitchen. I am so excited to work with these thrift items. This basket that you see in front of you is also a thrifted item. I found it early in the summer, painted it, and I've been using it most of the summer. And you can see the bottom of it is very sturdy and holds very well. Now here is the hurricane. Do you remember those? Oh my goodness, they were so much fun. Now I'm going to get some glass cleaner, give it a good spray, and I'm going to clean this hurricane up. This hurricane was only a couple of dollars. In fact, I think it was like $2.99. And if you remember, even back in the day, they were at least $15, $20 per hurricane. So you can just imagine what they are at this point, should you decide to buy one. Now, so I'm giving this a good polish, because after all, we want it to be clean and sparkly, so that once we put it into our design, it's going to just say, ta-da! Now, here's our basket, and I was trying to decide what to do with it. So I took my tray, and which is not a thrifted item, but I'm going to place the basket in the tray for two reasons. Because first of all, it's going to be easier to move about should I need to. Now, I had some grapevine garland, some grape garland, the grape leaves. And I think I'm going to use those grape leaves and then add a bit of fall, because the basket and the hurricane just take me back to a Tuscan feel with lots of grapes and wines and all those good things. So I'm going to first take a portion of that garland and I'm going to place it into the smaller basket. Then I'm going to wiggle it around until I get it to stay, because I'm not going to glue, and I need a bigger piece, because I think what I'm going to do, rather than to have that larger tray showing, I'm going to need to add a little extra. Now here's some golden, it's a golden yellow pipberry. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but it is a very pretty golden yellow. And I'm going to add that down in the design. So notice how I'm just kind of easing it down. I'm going to work it around. It's not quite long enough to make it totally around this hurricane, but we're going to make it work. And so we're just going to wiggle things around and move those little pipberries. And voila, there we go. Now, we need more greenery. Even though I love the yellow, I love the green, but after all, it's the end of the summer and we're in fall. So let's see what we can do. Now here's some of the Walmart greenery that I'm going to take, and I'm going to cut a few pieces off of it. And I'm going to stick those little pieces in. The cool thing about that bunch of greenery that you get from Walmart is that it's only 97 cents. How about that? And so you can afford to clip and to place it wherever you want it. So there's another little piece, and I'm just going to tuck a few pieces in. So I'm tucking all the way around the hurricane, just to give it a little dimension and some change in texture. Let's see, what shall I do next? Oh, I almost forgot. There must be ivy in this design by Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen. So we need a few sprigs of ivy as well. So we're going to put those leaves in, and just not overly. We're just going to do just enough to let everyone know whose design this is. So notice how at this point you don't even notice the fact that the yellow pipberry didn't fit completely. We're just adding greenery, because when I walk outside, it's very green, very bright, and beautiful. So that's what we want. I like that. Oh, there must be fall, and yes, the trees are changing. So let's throw in a few colorful leaves. We don't need a lot because it's still pretty early in the fall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little piece that broke off of a garland, and I'm going to pop it right on that ivy leaf and put it right there, just to give it a little hint of color. There's another one. All right, we're going to continue to add fall to this arrangement. Let's see what we can do. There's some little Dollar Tree leaves. And what else can I find? I don't think I'm going to put a bow in this particular arrangement, but I have some little pieces. I had a little piece of pipberry that broke off, and I want to include it. Now look at this candle. This was an entire candle, and it fell. And when it fell, the pieces broke, the top of it, all around the rim. So I thought, well, you know, Halloween, and you know, it's kind of spooky looking. So I continued to chip some pieces off, and I thought, well, let me put something in the bottom of this arrangement that will kind of lift my my candle up and out. So I'm going to add a few more pieces. I went ahead and added some more of the grape leaves to the basket and some more color. Notice I've got the glue gun out where I'm trying to put some more pieces in. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drop a little bit of glue on that leaf and on the candle, and I'm going to put a leaf there so it looks like the leaf is falling and landed on that candle. So I'm not even sure that it will stay, but we're going to try it anyway, and that's going to be a good way to cover up the boo-boo on this candle. I'm determined. I am not throwing this candle away. It works, and he does have a very haunting Halloween look about him. So let me get it set correctly, and I'll place it in the container. Whoop, too short. I need something to lift that candle up. So let's see what we can do. Every time I think I'm going to work on that, I find another little piece of greenery to add to our tray. Okay, well, let's stick that in. There we go. Now, I'm going to try to find something to bring that candle up. And of course, there must be pumpkins. Okay, there's one pumpkin. And those pumpkins are from Michael's. It's a styrofoam pumpkin that I put a skewer in. And I've got one more. So I'll put that in on the other side to add that fall vibe. You just have to work with things until they get to where you want them. Okay. Oh, I found some little mini pumpkins. Aren't they cute? So I'm going to put them in. Notice that I took stems that I had trimmed from other flowers, and that's what I'm using to hold those mini pumpkins in place. So because they're green, you don't even notice them. But I didn't have enough of them to use them for the larger pumpkins, and they weren't long enough, to be honest with you. So let's just find that perfect little spot. There we go. Got it. All right. Now I raised our candle up so that we could see it better. And guess what? It is finished. I'm very happy with it, and I think it looks very well. I just happened to put some little pine cones that I'm going to drop in just to add a little more fall. I don't know about your yard, but our yard is full of them. We have a huge pine tree in the backyard, and it just loves to give up those pine cones. So there it is. From my thrifted hurricane and my thrifted basket. It has a haunting feel and looks wonderful at night. I'm very pleased. A beautiful vignette. Happy fall, y'all.